Alright, I just got my first engine started on up.
Yep, I'm just waiting for alignment now.
Okay, take your time, no rush. Alright, start heading taxi. Alright, let's see what else I gotta do in this thing. For the purpose of today, I don't think I have much else. We're not gonna worry about the squawk, tack in, interrogator. Alright, so I think, let me do some last checks. Alright, brother, I am green jet. And what does that mean again?
Ready for taxi?
There we go.
And there we go, 2 screenshot.
Alright, brother, give me one moment. We're going to taxi to runway 7. Alright, so we go. A couple of the traffic. Eagle 1, flight of 2, 115, 116, taxiing from Eagle's Nest and the Viper's Den to runway 7, couple of the traffic. Alright, I'm heading your way. Just give me a few moments. I'm parked in a different area, obviously, since we're in different airframes.
No worries.
Alright, you see me off your left side. Big aircraft. Alright, so the next official call we'll make, pretty much when we're taxiing out, this is kind of the time the guys are, you know, just kind of messing around the frequency, messing around on the comms. You got nothing to do. The next official call we'll make is, I'll make rather, will be 2 call ready for takeoff. And it's just as it sounds, you know, just letting me know when you're ready for takeoff, so that when I get to the hold short line on the runway, I'll know that I either need to wait if you're not ready for takeoff, or that you're ready to go and we can just go ahead and get out of here. I can make a call either to ATC or make a call on CTAF and get the rocking and rolling.
Okay. And when exactly would I say that?
So if you're ready to go, you just say 2 ready for takeoff. If you're not ready to go, 2 I need a couple of minutes, or just, you know, however you want to say it. 2 not ready for takeoff.
Okay.
Loadout looks good. We're good so far. I didn't double check. Just make sure you got your external lights on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or hold on. Oh no, wait. Boom, bam, there we go.
All right, no worries.
Two ready for takeoff.
Okay. All right, let's take a quick look around. It is just us. Couple eddy traffic. Eagle 1 flight of 2 F-15s departing the airspace to the east. We'll be taking off runway 07 in a few moments. Couple eddy traffic. All right, buddy, let's rock and roll. When I'm taking off, I'll let you know that I'm rolling. Now, this is the part of the flight where we actually will get serious again. It's called the critical phase of flight. So I'll let you know I'm rolling, and then when you start rolling, you'll let me know when you're rolling. When I'm airborne and I have all my gear up, my flaps are up, I'll call twos or leads airborne, wheels up, flaps up, and you'll do the same. Obviously, with you don't have to worry about the flaps, but you'll do the same. Leads airborne, wheels up, all right?
Yeah.
All right, leads rolling.
You're rolling.
Roger.
Is wake turned on?
It should be.
Okay. That's gonna be fun. 2 airborne, wheels up.
Okay, just usually we'll wait for sequence, but yeah, okay. Leads airborne, wheels up, flaps up, copy, airborne, wheels up.
Yeah, I forgot how much faster the F-16 takes off.
Oh, good. All right, so I'm trying to hold about 350. So just remember the formation, the wedge. Now the next brevity we need to talk about, I should have talked to you about this while we're on the ground, is a term we use called set or saddle. And we use this term to let our flight lead know that we are within roughly about 20 seconds in being in the correct position. So for you, again, you're going to the wedge formation. You're going to start off on the left side, just like we briefed. So you'd call set or saddle when you feel like you're about 20 seconds from being in the wedge formation on the left side.
Okay. Oh, I'm going faster than I thought. Okay, it's a saddle or 2 saddle.
Okay. From this point on, we'll just pretty much work on your formation work and just slowly reel you in. I got visual with you, so let's start slowly bringing her forward. Couple eddy traffic, Eagle 1, flight of 2, departing airspace to the east, 2,700 climbing, couple eddy traffic.
And now the call I would make is 2 settled, right?
No, set and saddle are the same thing. Some squadrons use set, some will use saddle. We don't really care which one you use. But yeah, they mean the same thing.
Wait, what's the call you make when you're like in formation then?
You'll call set or saddle, meaning you're about 20 seconds from being there, and that's all you need to tell me. That's all you need to let your lead know. Because we're expecting you to be in perfect position in a few. And the reason we wait until you are in perfect position is because, you know, during these sorties, we've got real world stuff we got to worry about. So I can't sit there and wait for you to get yourself, you know, we got some guys who are a little bit more talented than others. I can't sit there and take, 4 minutes while you're trying to get yourself in perfect position. And I got to worry about, going to the next steer point. I've got to worry about where threats are. So you'll call it when you're about 20 seconds out. Also, another thing is, once you call set or saddle, your contract with your flight lead as far as the airspeed and altitude are no longer applicable. So for example, when I first take off, I want you to call, as a flight lead, I've got to worry about getting the guys under my responsibility, my wingmen, whether it's 2, 3, 4, whatever the case may be. I've got to worry about getting you guys linked up with me and in formation with me. But once you call set or saddle, you're telling me, hey, I don't need you to help me out anymore. I'm where I need to be. So again, that contract speed that we talked about, 350, that contract altitude, 10,000 feet, now that goes out the window. So if you imagine if we had a legit contract, now it's torn, it's burned. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So again, once you call set or saddle, now as a wingman, I'm focused purely on my mission and going where we need to go, turning, whatever the case may be, and getting us as the flight set up to successfully accomplish the mission.
Okay.
So you're looking good so far. So obviously you're looking at my left wing. What I want you to do is imagine, so with my left wing, I have a front portion of the wing, which we call it the leading edge, and I have a rear portion of the wing, which is called the trailing edge. Have you heard those terms before?
Yep.
Okay. So you ever played a game like Rainbow Six, or you ever played Ready or Not?
Oh, sadly, yes.
Okay, so you know you can put like a laser sighting on like one of your weapons, and you can turn the laser on, and there'll be a red laser that goes down the sight of your weapon. Have you seen that?
Yep.
Okay. So what I want you to pretend like is on the leading edge of my left wing, which is the front edge of my left wing, I want you to pretend there's a laser going down it, not going into my cockpit, not going down into my fuselage, but going away from me.
Okay.
Does that make sense what I'm saying to you?
Yes.
Okay. Now, with that laser going out away from my aircraft on the leading edge, I want you to position your F-16, move it forward so that now your F-16 is intercepting that laser on the leading edge, and that would put you in perfect position for a wedge formation.
Okay.
So I want you to slowly start working towards doing that. Take your time.
They changed the controls of the F-16. It's so twitchy now.
It's always been, for me, it's always been a twitchy little thing, which I don't fly it.
I don't know, it got way worse, especially in roll. Even with a pretty decent dead zone.
Okay. Looks like you're getting back a little bit, so let's go ahead and start pushing the power forward. Let's close up the formation a little bit. Just slow adjustments, nothing quick, nothing needs to be immediate. Look at your rate of closure and look at my rate of look at what I'm at. There you go, nice and smooth. Try to match my altitude, maybe a little bit above it. And then we want to push the throttle a little bit forward. Again, leading edge, there's a laser going out. You just want to put your aircraft in a position to intercept it. Doesn't matter if it's the nose, doesn't matter if it's you, doesn't matter if it's the fuel tanks you got or your wing intercepting it. You just want to position yourself there so where you're intercepting that laser. Get a little bit sporadic, not as smooth as I'd like to be with my controls, so that's on me. Let me trim her up a little bit. So let me know when you feel like you're in perfect position.
Alrighty. This looks pretty decent.
Okay, so
Maybe a bit forward, but yeah.
That's exactly it. So let's work on that a wee bit. Let's come forward a touch more, a little bit more throttle. I'm making a throttle adjustment as well. My speed got, I don't like the aircraft getting beneath 300. I'm at 296, so pushing the throttle forward just a hair. And I want you to do the same. Let's push the throttle forward just a hair. Let's come forward. You shouldn't be looking down to the point where you're having a hard time seeing me, which is why I said you should be trying to match my altitude or be a hair beneath me. You know, a little up, a little down.
You perfectly fine from that angle.
Okay.
Yeah, this is. There we go.
And I agree. That's a pretty good position right there. So how's that feel?
Pretty good.
All right, looks pretty good. So one of the
Be a bit closer I could come, but yeah.
yeah, if you want to be closer, you can be closer. But just, again, focus on that laser. Just focus on putting your aircraft there. and I'm not really too concerned about your distance, as opposed to your position at the moment. All right.
Yep.
All right, let's come down. I don't want you to start getting into the habit of being super high. Let's start practicing being a little bit more level with me.
That's
Your positioning is pretty good. And I like the fact that you're making very slow adjustments, so your cadence is good as well. So very good job with that, all right? All right, I like that altitude a lot better than you being, you know, I don't know, 20 feet above me, 15 or whatever the case may be. All right.
yeah.
So right now there's a laser going down my leading edge. You are intercepting it, and you're doing an excellent job with it. Okay. So another one of the commands that we'll use, sometimes I'm gonna brake hard left. Let's start not letting yourself drift up. Let's come back down to my level.
Yep.
One of the commands that we'll use to have you switch from one side to the other is switch sides and then go. On the command of go, you're going to acknowledge by saying 2, and then you're going to push the nose down and come beneath me, and then switch over to the other side and use the same sight picture you have with the left wing. You're going to use it for the right wing. Start coming down.
Okay.
Does all that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so for example, I'll give you a quick example how that command would look. I would go 2, switch sides, go. You'd acknowledge by saying 2, and then from there you'd go beneath my aircraft, avoiding my jet wash, and you just slowly move to the right side of the aircraft, and now you'd be focused on the leading edge of the right side of the aircraft. Okay.
Up.
All right, so here we go. 2, switch sides, go.
2.
Very nice tempo. Are you within 20 seconds of being in position?
Yeah.
Okay, so you
I didn't know.
Yeah.
Call that again.
Yeah, that's on me. I didn't let you know. But yeah, just let me know. Set or saddle when you think you're about 20 seconds from being there.
Saddle.
Okay. Looking very good, brother. Very good. Doing a really good job. Good smooth control touch. So, any differences as far as the sight picture? Again, obviously you're looking at the right wing instead of the left, but it's the same thing. Same laser. Again, let's start working on coming down a little bit.
Yep.
I could let it go and go, oh, it's okay. It's kind of within standard, but day one, let's try to hammer perfection. And,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
I agree.
But you're looking really good. And as a matter of fact, you're looking pretty much perfect at this point. So what we're going to work on next is we're going to do some slow rolls with the aircraft, and I want you to work on trying to stay in position. The first thing we're going to do is go away from you. So I'm going to make a left turn. It's going to be slow. Nothing's going to be sporadic. Nothing's going to be super dynamic or anything like that, or super hard. But I'm going to start making a slow left turn. As that right wing starts to go up, you're going to have to increase power, as well as increase your altitude to stay in position. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. We'll give it a shot. We are coming right. So now you should be coming up with the wing. There we go. And hold about right there, and just maintain that positioning. Looking really good, brother. We're going to stay in this for a little bit. Let's work on getting a little closer. As a matter of fact, that's a good time to segue into some of the brevity we use for deciding the distance that a flight lead can use. So the first term I'll talk to you is called kick out. Have you heard this before?
Yeah, double the distance.
Huh?
Double the distance between us.
Yep. Kick out means double the distance between us. Okay, so you've heard that before, and then close up is the opposite. So have you heard close up before?
Yep. Just
And
half the distance.
there you go. Perfection. So you're looking really good right now. You're in good position. I like your distance right now, so that's perfect. So let's do the opposite. We're going to stay in this role for a second as I'm explaining this. Now, next we're going to start making a right turn, and it's going to be the opposite. So in this case, you have to increase power and also increase your altitude to stay in good position. The opposite's true when I'm going the other way. So as my wing starts turning right, you're going to start going down, and because of the fact you've got a reduced radius to turn, you're going to come off the throttle. I mean, you're going to reduce power in order to stay in position. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. We're starting to slow right. Slow and smooth. Keep your cadence nice and smooth. There you go. Slowly coming down. You've come off the throttle nicely. There we go. And you're slowly making adjustments to get yourself in perfect position. Excellent. Outstanding flying. There you go. Getting a little forward. Remember the laser. Remember the laser.
Yep.
And I've increased altitude a little bit, and I'll let my airspeed get too far back. So I'm increasing the throttle just a hair.
I did not realize how quickly I caught up.
Yeah, I've got my hand not touching the throttle at all right now. So pretty much all the throttle adjustments are going to have to be with you. Which is purposeful for the training. All right, so how does that feel?
Pretty good. Looking up makes it a tiny bit more difficult to properly reference myself in the sky, but...
Okay, so let's close up the distance a little bit because you are a bit far away. And let's work on trying to get ourselves back in a better position. You're not bad right now, but you're not to standard, so...
Just trying to get a proper reference at what angle you're flying at right now.
So you're going to have to judge...
Yeah.
Yeah. And you got to remember too, when we're on these sorties, I'm right now, you know, we're in training, obviously day one, so I'm trying to be as slow and smooth as I can be with you. But you got to remember, when we're on these sorties, I may be just yanking and banking, and you've got to be able to do all this while missiles are flying, while I'm throwing missiles, etc., etc. So, you know, you'll get used to it with a little bit of experience. So don't panic. We get everybody going through this, and you're looking very good, especially for it being your first day. So.
Oh god, I'm fast. Let's slow that down.
Nice use of the air brake. Air brake back off. There we go. Excellent. Ooh. Wee bit of power. Leading edge, laser coming down it.
Yep. Okay, your aircraft keeps turning invisible, just your tanks being there.
My aircraft keeps doing what now?
Your aircraft keeps just turning invisible for a split second, with just your tanks being visible.
Okay, if you see that, you know, we could be experiencing a little bit of lag. If you see it, just anticipate that I'm holding what I got and attempting to do the same thing. So that right there is what
we're still visible, so I have a good reference.
Okay. That right there is pretty good position. You're a hair back, but you know, you're still looking really good. So that's perfect right there. I like it. So let's go ahead and level back out. We'll actually come right around. We'll roll on about a 270. So we'll level out here. It's okay. So how does that feel?
Pretty good.
All right.
definitely have to focus a lot on you and not my sensors, but yeah, I'll
Absolutely.
get to that.
Yeah. So this is another reason, and we have a third formation which we don't put too much time into practicing, which is called combat cruise. With this formation, we pretty much will allow you the freedom to maneuver right to left, etc., just so you have more time to work on the sensors. And then obviously, as far as the distance is concerned, we'll give you a limit. So for example, we'll say we'll stay within a half mile or a mile, whatever the case may be. But now you don't have to focus as much on being in perfect position like you're doing now. And it's more, it's better suited for when we're going on these sorties in combat.
Yeah.
But for now, like I said, we're getting into rigid training. We're doing this is the marching. This is the bread and butter of it. And if you can do this, you can do combat cruise easily, like it's nothing. Which, like you just said, now, excuse me, provides you a little bit more of an opportunity to go back and forth between the sensors. Now you can look out the window, look at the sensors. All right, so here we go. We're going to throw you a curveball. 2, switch sides, go.
2.
All right.
2, settle.
2, roger. Saddle. I got you, though.
Oh yeah.
Like a horse saddle.
I keep thinking settle because it just makes sense you're settling into the position.
Yeah, I get it, for sure. Very nice. Formation work is looking good. Looking very good.
Yeah. Okay, if I'm falling back a bit.
It's going to happen.
Yep.
Start working your way back in position. So that's why it's important. So we try to make adjustments as soon as you see your flight lead making an adjustment. So for example, we were in a left turn. As soon as you saw my wing starting to come up, you want to make an adjustment with it, as opposed to waiting and going, okay, he's turning this way now. You know what I'm saying? Because that's exactly what happened. You'll start kind of getting a little bit behind the ball, and now you've got to spend time getting back into position. You know, you got to get back into position regardless, but a little bit more time, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But your formation flying is looking very good, man. Very happy so far. This is the foundation, you know, the bedstone, you know, of kind of how we go on these sorties, and we'll start getting into your individual skills as far as using air-to-air and air-to-ground ordnance a little bit later, but we get this out of the way because typically if you can do this, which you are doing right now, you're doing a pretty good job of, everything else will fall into place pretty easily. Let's give her a little bit more throttle. Let's not get behind. There we go. Come forward just a hair. So remember, you should be up. There we go.
Yep.
Forward. Looking really good, man.
There we go.
Very nice. All right, let's start rolling out about here. 2, switch sides, go.
2. 2, settled.
2, roger. Two, close up, go.
2.
You're about 20 seconds from being there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you also say it when closing up?
Yeah.
Okay.
So any,
you say
so
it any time?
Yeah, any adjustment as far as, yes, perfect. That's
Okay.
it. Two, switch sides, go.
2.
So with the switch sides, remember I just had you close up? You're looking for the same distance as the side that you were just on.
2, settled.
2, roger. Beautiful. Excellent. Let's come forward just a hair. Intercept that laser.
Yep.
Looking really good though, man. Excellent control touch. Good patience. Good understanding. Yeah.
There
Two.
we go.
2, kick out, go.
2, settled.
2, saddle, copy.
Just looks about double.
Yeah. That's an estimate. You know what I mean? We're swagging it with that.
Yeah. Dropping quite far out now.
Slow adjustments. We're just getting used to it, so don't be hard on yourself.
Go. It's looking better.
I agree. Excellent. Don't get too far forward. Middle laser. There you go. About right there is perfection. All right, brother, I want you to kick out as much as you want. Relax, loosen up. We've got the airfield roughly 45 miles off our nose. Are you able to put in that as a waypoint? I don't know how it works in that little thing, in F-16. I'm not sure how you put in your waypoints.
Well, we just put in our waypoints with GPS coordinates by decimal minutes. But I think, yeah, no, 0.1 is set to it, so we should be good.
All right. We're going to head in. I'm going to have you set up for... Have you done any work in the overhead traffic pattern?
No. I know, like, yeah, in the break, but I don't know any of the actual patterns.
Okay. So we'll have you set up and do a straight in since it's your first day. We'll have you just get some good straight ins done, and we'll have you land full stop on this one. And we'll call it a training session, all right? This is really good. Again, what we'll do in the next one is build off of this. So we'll go from your wedge and then have you work on the spread formation. Have you done any work in the spread?
I don't think so, no.
It's called the tack left. It's got different names: tack left, tack right, spread. Never heard of this?
I heard of it, but never done it.
Okay, all good. Like I said, we'll get you set up, brother. So don't you worry about it. We are coming to the right. Really good adjustment. So one of the basic things is, yeah, you got to just be on top of what your lead aircraft's doing pretty constantly. You know what I mean? That's the burden. That's the burden of the wing, of being the wingman, and the burden of the flight lead is you've got to do all the communications with external flights, external assets. You've got to control your internal assets, your wingmen. So you just got different responsibilities, but I think you're doing a really good job.
I'd say I prefer to be the wingman because I don't know, formation flying is fun.
You don't prefer to be, or you do?
I do prefer to be wingman.
Okay. Throttle's coming back. That's the traffic. Eagle 1, flight of 2, flight of 2, 115, F-15, 1 F-16, approximately 20 miles to the east, inbound full stop, straight in. That's the traffic.
Way too fast there, but we'll just pull it back.
Just idle her, throw a little air brake on if you want or need. Just keep visual. That's going to happen as well. That's just part of it. You're going to overshoot sometimes. You're going to, get a little bit out of position. Just deal with it. All right, we're coming up on 15-mile final. I'm going to start making a left-hand turn here in a few moments to get us lined up with the runway. And then I'm going to what's called release you or detach you from the flight, and I'm going to just have you set up for straight in to runway 25, okay?
Okay. Do I make any calls, like on final?
No, I'll take care of all that. You don't have to do anything other than fly the aircraft.
Okay.
Yeah, so it should be easy money. It's nice, simple, standard straight in, okay? Alright, so if you look off our nose, you see the airfield. You've got two things that kind of look like a runway, but the runway is actually the one to the right as opposed to the left, okay? You see it?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so you are approved to detach, meaning you're no longer under my responsibility. Just keep setting up for a straight in, and I'm going to maneuver to get behind you to watch you as you come in, okay?
Sounds good.
Remember your max speed for your landing gear. Don't destroy your landing gear. Hitachi traffic,
Oh, yeah.
Eagle 1, flight of 2, 10 mile final, runway 25, Hitachi traffic. Hitachi traffic, Eagle 1, flight of 2, 5 mile final, runway 25 right for the straight in, full stop, Hitachi traffic. Alright, so we're about less than 5, so this is about when we start doing our checks, the air brake, landing gear, we want to get all that out, and get her ready.
Do I make any calls for that?
Nope, I'll take care of all the calls. Oh, you mean to your flight? Yeah, you can call.
Yeah.
You can just call gear down, flaps down, or well, I mean, you don't have. Your flaps are pretty much auto, so yeah, that's it. Just call gear down.
Okay, gear down.
Okay.
Or 2 gear down.
All good. Gotcha. What airspeed are you at right now?
210. Because goddamn, I'm heavy.
Okay. All good.
We're gonna slow that down.
No, just wondering. Don't worry about making adjustments. Just asking. I'm gonna be off your right side. I'm gonna do a go around, and we're just gonna watch you do your approach. You're looking good.
Low altitude.
Ooh, covered that one.
Okay. Touchdown a little bit far, but all good. Got it.
Yeah.
Just make sure you're on the brakes. We can get her stopped.
Yeah, that's looking good.
All right, brother. Looks like you went around, was the server out?
No? Oh, yeah, you just went through the ground. Well, 2 off the active.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, I think
sure, what happened there?
Yeah, I think we're having a little lag. It's all good. That was good. I'm very happy because I'm seeing you in the grass. Okay, let's go ahead and we'll debrief real quick. We'll kind of go over some of the stuff we did, and then we'll kind of start talking about what to expect on your next flight. All right?
Yeah.
All right, bro. Let's come off the server and give me a moment.